This is a Hex CCA adder. It is 1.6 ticks from input to output, and all it does is just add two numbers using the CCA logic. Now, it's in hex or analog, whatever you want to call it, and for example, let's say you want to add 1 to, let's say, 3. We should get 4 lamps lit up right there in about 1.6 seconds. It'll be a little longer because this gray wiring does take more time, but as you can see, you have 4 lamps lit up. Now, I took inspiration from Matt Batwings after looking at his CCA adders in both of his addition videos for his Computational Redstone and Computational Redstone Reloaded series, or whatever the series is called. So I used a lot of the same logic here. You can see the two um, towers for the canceling and the carrying. This uses a lot of the same logic. The only difference is that instead of using XORs and AND gates, you use greater than and less than, which really helps get this part. So for the cancel, this part right here, what it does is it checks if both of the numbers A and B, when added combined, it checks to see if they are both above 15. My apologies. It checks to see if they're both less than 15. Because if they are both less than 15, then it cancels because there's no way, even if they get a carry in, that they can get a 16. So let's say you get 14, right? If it's 14, then 14 plus the carry in would equal 15. So there's no possible way for you to get another carry. So that's why it cancels when it's less than 15. Um, Inversely, it inputs a carry-in when it's greater than 15, and the reason is because anything above 15, obviously, right, you just have another carry. Now, for 15 itself, if a plus b equals 15, it does nothing, and the reason is because it it's actually dependent on whether or not you have a carry coming in or a cancel. So if there's a cancel, right, that means that there's no carry, meaning that you just won a 15. And if you have a carry in instead of a cancel, you you don't add a cancel and you don't add a carry. You just let it propagate upward. You just let whatever you already have stay. So it all it does is if a plus b is less than 15, it cancels, it sends a cancel signal, and if a plus b is greater than 15, it adds a carry in. And if a plus b is equal to 15, it does nothing. Now, the next most important part are these two pieces right here, the cyan and the purple. These are just synchronized adders. I designed them on the floor, and I just brought them up and stacked them. Now, this took quite a while because I forgot structure blocks existed, but the way that it computes these numbers is it checks to see, first of all, the first two things it does is it adds A and B for the purple. It adds A and B, and then it checks to see if a plus b is greater than 0. And it does that by inverting b and then subtracting that from a. So you have a minus open parenthesis 15 minus b close parenthesis. And if you distribute the negative, you get a minus 15 plus b. And if you rearrange that again, you get 15, negative 15 plus plus a plus b. And you only get an output when A and B combined are greater than 15. So that's what this does right here. So this basically checks it. It uses similar logic to the greater than checker, but it outputs it right here, and the entire adder is synchronized to be 6 ticks long. You can see that based off of this right here. I did design this myself, which did take some time because I went through numerous other adders down there. And the way that the regular input works is it adds them together, and then what it does is if a plus b is greater than 15, it cancels the regular signal by just forcing this to be 15, which cancels this, and just outputting through here. But if it's less than or equal to 15, what it ends up doing is it outputs, so this right here, this is 15 minus A minus B, and then you just subtract that from 15. So the 15s cancel out, you get A plus B. So then that comes in here, and then what this is a barrel with signal strength 1. So when the carry is on, it just does A plus B plus the carry in. And right now, you can see that this is off. So A plus B plus the carry in would be A plus B plus 0. But if this were on, it would be A plus B plus 1. So yeah, that's where you get the outputs over here. And you can see I do have some redstone lamps for testing, and then it just propagates through here. And then the final part of this is the carry-in. So all this does is just add a signal through here and just turn everything off, and you get a 1. But let's say I were to come over here, let me turn this off. And let's get a, so we already have a 1, let's get an F in there. So we should see it propagate up, yep, like just like that. Now we can actually see it, it's fully synchronized, so um, if you input things at the same time, like the carry-in and these inputs, you'll get an input no matter what number you put in. So this is 1 plus F right now, so you'll see it'll take the same amount of time as last time. Now, the only thing I think that could really break this is torch burnout, but I have no clue why you would put something into this monstrosity. But yeah, there are a few torches here. It can experience torch burnout. Um, that's the only thing I really have an issue with this adder. Now, it is really slow. Like I said, 16 redstone ticks, so it shouldn't be that much of an issue. Now, we already have a 1 here, or is that a F? That's an F. Okay, so F, if we do F plus 1, and then a 15, and then another 15, and we let that through. So this should right here, this should combined be a 1, 0, then the 1 propagates upward, becomes another 1, propagates upward. So we should just see a 1 in the fourth, which is that one, the fourth redstone lamps, which is just see a 1. Boom, perfect. And I can come in here, right? I can add like a 4, and it'll change accordingly. So you can see we have 1, 4, 0, 0, and let's say I don't want this to be a 1 anymore. Let's say I want this to be a 5. I can do that, right? Sorry, that's supposed to be on. You can see, right? It works. Now remember this, the bottom is 5 plus F, which is 1, 4. That's why there's a 4 there. And then we have an F right there, so that propagates upward, boom. And I believe you can also turn on the carry-in. Yep, yes you can. Yes, it fully works. It's fully synchronized. 16 redstone ticks from input to output. And yeah, it's really a beautiful machine. Now, I was inspired by Yellow Bunny, and Yellow Bunny is a marvelous. He's a very very genius analog redstoner. So he was a big inspiration for this, and so was Matt Batwings, CT5K. I'll link their description, not their descriptions. I will link their channels in the description, and if you want to check them out, they have some very good tutorials if you want to understand how to do all this. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.